Peace. Good morning. Happy Monday. And welcome to Dictation. Little short musical interlude. But yeah, man, I had me a little interesting conversation with a young chick yesterday. Little teenager, early 20s or whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I walked in when she was having a conversation with somebody else about, gender roles or whatever. You know what I'm saying? And it got to the subject of gender equality. And I was just stunned that she was trying to compare women and men. Not really, but wasn't really giving examples or anything to compare. She was just saying that generally women and men are equal. And I was like, how? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm saying you're not. You're saying you are. So my question is, how? She couldn't come up with the how. And then I told her, I said, look, this is one of the things that I say is that you ask a woman why and you won't get an answer. And then so she tried to quickly say that to me when she asked me like 5 questions. And when I tried to answer the first one, she was like already on on question number 3, and then tried to say, well, see, ask a man a question and then you won't have an answer. And I said, slow down. First of all, you're asking me a question about, because what it had gotten to was the gentleman, the other man that was there. I had said that, how can you compare women and men to be equal when they're different, when every man isn't equal to another man? And I said, look at this dude right here. You know what I'm saying? He and I are not equal. You know what I'm saying? He's taller than me. You know what I'm saying? And then, we got to, I said like maybe like 2 or 3 things. And then so she said, well, those are just physical attributes or whatever. And I'm saying they still make us unequal. We're still not the same. You know what I'm saying? And then so she was trying to ask, that's what she said, the little thing about, well, ask a man a question, he won't answer why. And I said, well, first of all, you're trying to sit there and say that he and I are equal, and we've only gone through 3 categories. There's more than 3 categories to find equality or, you know what I'm saying, inequality. You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got height, we got weight, we got speed, strength. You know what I'm saying? Things that are physical. Then we got mental things that I don't really want to get into because, I'd hate to sit there and be like, this nigga's dumber than me. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm dumber than him. That's just not a good look at a conversation where, you know what I'm saying, we're trying to show inequality or that equality does not exist. But what it did let me understand was that you can't have certain conversations with people of certain ages because the ages are their life in stages. Like, for instance, I'm 44. So I've been married twice. The dude that I was talking to or with, he's 52. So, and he's been married, well, he's married, you know what I'm saying? So, like, it's like, the women that we encounter are going to ask us for things that she hasn't even thought of yet. You know what I'm saying? She's in her teens, in her 20s, and so she's probably out there giving it up for free, not asking for too much because she's excited about the attention. Where a woman who's been ran through, you know what I'm saying, for about 20 years is going to be a little bit more leery because she's going to realize that she can't just go, letting every man dip and, and she's going to be asking for things, but the guys are going to be looking at her like, yeah, right, and this little young girl isn't at that stage yet. Gravity hasn't affected her yet. You know what I'm saying? The only thing that gravity has affected that she is concerned about is her weave. As long as gravity keeps the hair down. You know what I'm saying? So, it was amusing. And so it let me not really learn because I knew this, but it just put it back in my face again that some people don't see gender equality or inequality because they haven't gotten to that stage yet. She's still looking for guys to be cute. In 20 years, she won't be looking for cute guys. She'll be looking for guys that are stable. You know what I'm saying? Which is another funny thing. But that was one thing I wanted to discuss. The second thing I wanted to discuss was these women on Facebook. They talk all this garbage like they, you know, it's like, come on, man. The women are using that female double talk, and on one hand they're saying that they're independent and they don't need a man, and they don't need a, you know what I'm saying, they don't look for a man to do anything for them, you know. And I say, okay, well, that's fine, but why do you, why is one of the things that you ask a man for or about is his employment? You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it should, like, first of all, okay, they ask about if he's, not if he's working, but where he's working. Okay, so it's not if he has a job, it's where does he work and how much does he make. You know what I'm saying? And I guess they think that because those questions aren't specified, that men don't know what they're really asking. You know what I'm saying? If I say I work for Donald Trump, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna look at me a little bit longer than if I worked for Ray Kroc. You know what I'm saying? So you know, that's one thing that, but they don't think that deep. You know what I'm saying? Or they're used to a bunch of dudes that don't think that deep, or because, you know, they don't think that deep and they hang around a whole bunch of chicks, they don't think that we do either, because they think we're all the same. And that's the problem with equality. You don't know that you shouldn't underestimate your opponent. You know what I'm saying? But that's because you don't know that you're underestimating. You know what I'm saying? Because you think you're treating them or these men, you know, like the women you hang out with. Man, I'm not the woman you hang out with. You know, and another thing is that this chick was kind of cute. You know, so the funny thing is, like, a couple times, you know, I got to talking, I got to breaking it down. She's, oh my God. I'm like, what does oh my God mean? Does that mean I'm right and you're wrong and you've never heard that before? Or you're about to just break me down and I should just sit here and wait for your explanation? And she said nothing, because she had nothing to explain. But what it was an exasperate. She was exasperated. She was just like, you know, she was bugging off of, you know, why I wouldn't just acquiesce. Why every time I made a point, I still had more to say. And what I wanted to say, but I couldn't say to her, was because unlike the men you're used to, I'm not trying to screw you. I don't want your little thing. I don't want that. So, and that's another thing that she doesn't understand. She's at an age where the majority of the men that are going to be around her are going to try to get in her pants. So they're not going to tell her things that she doesn't want to hear. They're going to say, yes, we're equal. Yes, we're equal. Now lay down and spread them legs. That's what they're going to say. See what I'm saying? But I'm not. I'm going to break it down to you, and I'm going to let you know. You know what I'm saying? And then the more you listen, you're going to understand that those dudes don't got nothing for you but some temptation. You know, and it's sad, but you know, this is what we're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? They don't understand. You know, and it's the whole marriage issue. Marriage, like, that's another thing I asked her. I was like, okay, well, what are the duties of a man to a husband to his wife, and what are the duties of a wife to his husband? And she said they're the same. And I said, they're the same? Like really? Like, I'm sorry. Like, have you forgotten that this whole women working thing is not 100 years old yet? You know what I'm saying? Or it might be just 100 years old yet, to where if you go back 150 years, women and men didn't do the same things. But if you're not even 20, you know, I mean, outside of looking at history, and most women don't look at history unless they're gonna get a grade at the end of the week for it. So, you know, it's just interesting just to see the brain work, the mind work, you know. But like I say, the bottom line is, you know, you can't really argue with them, because they're not smart enough to know that they've lost. They don't know how to argue. They're gonna sit there and ask you 5 questions, and as you try to answer number 1, they're gonna get mad at you for not being able to answer all 5 of them at the same time, because you only have one mouth, you know. And that let me know that she's used to talking to stupid people, or people that just want her to win so that they can win later on. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, come on. What are we teaching the children? What are we teaching the young women? What are they going to expect? You know? They don't even know. But I digress. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section below. Like, share, subscribe. And remember, live up. Let's have a better today than we did yesterday. And then we'll have a greater tomorrow. So do some push-ups, some dips, crunches, squats, lunges, whatever it is. Stretch them arms, stretch your legs. You know what I'm saying? And make sure, first of all, before you do any of that, that you're not feeling any pain. All right? So live up, brothers. Live up. And if anybody doesn't like what I have to say, open your mouth and let me know how this dictates.